Guys, how are you doing? I am doing super good. I am doing amazing like always, and I welcome you back once again on my channel. Last month we have been blessed with a baby girl, and currently me and my husband, we both are on parental leave. So in this video I would like to share the details about parental leave. How can you apply for parental leave? What is the eligibility criteria? How much allowance, how much pay will you get from the Försäkringskassan, the insurance agency, and many more. In general, when we talk about parental pay in Sweden, it looks quite complicated. Försäkringskassan gives you a lot of flexibility to decide how to take the parental leave. There are so many different rules, there are so many different clauses, thus it looks complicated. But when you actually get into it, when you actually get into the process, honestly, it's not that complicated. When we started doing research for our own parental leave, initially we were really confused. But now, since we have already started taking the parental pay, since we are already getting the allowance from the Försäkringskassan, now I can say it's not actually that complicated. You just need to understand the different rules and you just need to see what applies to you, and the rest just let go. So in this video, I will try to explain everything about parental leave and I will try to simplify as much as possible. For that, please stay tuned till the end, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. First and foremost question is, what is parental pay, what is parental allowance, and who can get it? Parental allowance is nothing but a benefit that you get from a company called Försäkringskassan, the insurance agency, to take care of your child. If you are employed, of course you can get the parental pay. Even if you are not employed, if you are unemployed, you will still get the parental pay. Even the student can get the parental pay. Even the student can get the parental allowance. Of course, the pay is different for individual. The pay will be different for the employed and pay will be different for unemployed or for the student. There is a very basic eligibility criteria to avail the parental pay, to get the parental allowance. You need to have the resident permit. You need to be insured under the Sweden's social security. When your child is born in Sweden, and if you are not Swedish citizen or if you are from a non-EU country, in that case you also need to have resident permit for your child. Like in our case, we are Indian. So we didn't have the resident permit when my girl was born. We had to apply for her resident permit, and after that only we were eligible to apply for the parental pay. We were eligible to apply for the parental allowance. So the child born in Sweden must have the application for the resident permit, and then only you can apply for the parental pay. In total, you get 480 days of parental leave. 240 for you, 240 for your partner. Each parent get 240 days. If you are employed, this 240 days will have two components for the employed people. One will be your sickness benefit, which is based on your income, and the second will be minimum pay. For 195 days, you will get the pay, you will get the benefit based on your income. If you are applying for all 7 days in a week, in that case, you will get 80% of your salary. And for rest of 45 days, you will get the pay, you will get the benefit at minimum level, which is 180 crowns per day. There is very interesting calculation goes into parental pay, especially for the employed person. You can withdraw your parental pay, you can withdraw your allowance for full 7 days in a week, or you do not have to withdraw all 7 days payment. You can decide, okay, I want parental pay only from Monday to Friday and I do not want parental pay maybe for Sunday and Saturday. In that case, you will get parental pay for 5 days, and those 2 days you will not get the parental pay for those 2 days. But the advantage here is you can save those 2 days and your parental leave, your total parental allowance can extend. In general, when we calculate this parental pay, you can get around 6 to 8 months of leave. But if you are not going to withdraw all 7 days in a week, in that case you can save those days and you can extend your parental leave. So there are two factors. One, you apply to withdraw parental pay, parental allowance for all 7 days, and you get more money. And second, you can save your parental pay. In a week, you can decide, maybe I want parental pay only for 4 days and I do not want parental pay for next 3 days. So you're saving those days and you can extend your total parental leave. So you have the flexibility to decide, you want money or you want more days with your child. In sickness benefit level, when you are applying for full parental leave, like 7 days in a week, in that case, you can get 80% of your income as a parental allowance. But there is also a maximum cap. You cannot get more than 1,116 crown per day. For example, let's say my salary is maybe 80,000 crowns. In that case, when I calculate 80% of my salary, I should get more amount. But that is not the case. There is a maximum limit. I cannot get more than 1,116 crowns per day, which comes approximately up to 33,000 or 34,000 in a month. Whatever is your salary, there is a maximum cap. You cannot get parental pay more than approximately 33,000 crowns per month. When you are talking about parental pay for the employed person, there is a eligibility criteria to be categorized you as an employed person. You need to work in Sweden for 240 consecutive days, and during those 240 days, your annual salary should be more than 85,000 crowns in a year. Let's say I have worked in year 2021 for maybe 200 days, and in year 2023, I have worked for 40 days. In that case also, I will not be called as employed person since I have not worked for 240 consecutive days. You need to work for 240 consecutive days. Of course, you don't need to work in the same company. I can switch my company, like for 200 days I have worked in company A, and for other 40 days I might have worked in company B. And it is also okay to have different salaries in both the companies. But you need to have salary more than 85,000 in a year. What if you have worked in Sweden but not for consecutive 240 days? In that case, for your initial 180 days of your parental leave, you will get a flat amount of 250 per day, 250 crowns per day, and for rest of the parental leave, you will get the amount based on your income. Both the parents get equal number of days, like I will get 240 days and my husband will also get 240 days. But you can transfer those days amongst each other. Like I can transfer few of the days to my husband and my husband can also transfer some of the days to me. But there is a clause, there is 90 days reserved which you cannot transfer to each other, and those 90 days will be from your sickness benefit level. I cannot transfer 90 days from my sickness benefit level to my husband, or he cannot transfer 90 days of parental leave from his sickness benefit level, which I would say is the best thing, especially for the male partner, because it is a wonderful time that you can spend with your child. Rest of the leaves he can transfer to me, or I can transfer rest of leaves to him. Based on your family structure, you can decide to transfer those leaves. When I'm saying you can transfer your parental leave to other partner, you have to finish your 180 days of parental leave from sickness benefit level, and then only you can start transferring the days to each other. You cannot transfer the days before finishing the 180 days of parental leave from sickness benefit level. First, you finish the 180 days of parental leave from sickness benefit level, and then you start transferring. Maybe you have taken 90 days of leave from sickness benefit level and your partner has taken 90 days of leave from sickness benefit level. So you both have utilized total 180 days of parental pay from the sickness benefit level, and then you can start transferring days to each other. Maybe an employed person is also eligible to get the parental pay. You will get flat 250 crowns per day. In that case, you will get 7,500 crowns in a month, which is maximum parental pay that an unemployed person can get. Let's say I am here on dependent visa, I am unemployed. In that case, I have 240 days of parental leave with me. So for all those 240 days, I will get 250 crowns per day. So for all that 240 days of leaves that I have with me, I can get 250 crowns per day as a parental allowance from Försäkringskassan. What if me and my partner would like to take the parental pay at the same time? It is called as double days. Like in our case right now, me and my husband, we both are on parental pay. You can take double days, maximum up to 30 days. Like me and my husband, we both can be on the parental pay at the same time for maximum 30 days. And after that 30 days, either he has to go back to his work or he goes on vacation leaves or vice versa. One more important factor is you cannot take this 30 days from your reserved 90 days. There is a reserved 90 days for each parent. So me and my partner, we both have to take 90 days of leave mandatorily. You cannot transfer that leave to each other. But this 30 days cannot be counted from that reserved leave. So you can take the parental pay until your child is 12 years of age. But once your child turns 5, you cannot save more than 96 days of your parental pay. Like I said earlier, you can withdraw payment for all 7 days in a week, or you can withdraw payment maybe for 2 days in a week. You can save rest of 5 days and you can take that parental pay later on. But in total, you cannot save more than 96 days of your parental leaves once your child turns 5. Many people do that. Many people do save their parental leaves and take that parental leave maybe when your child is sick, or maybe you would like to travel, maybe your family would like to travel somewhere. You can utilize that parental leave afterwards. How to apply? You can apply parental pay, you can apply parental allowance in 2 different situations. First is when you are pregnant and your child is not born yet. And second is when you already have a child. In case of first scenario, when you are pregnant, you have to send a pregnancy certificate to Försäkringskassan, to the insurance agency. You can get the pregnancy certificate from your midwife. Once you get the pregnancy certificate from your midwife, you can send that letter, you can send that certificate to the Försäkringskassan. You can apply for parental pay 2 months prior to your child's due date. Like in our case, due date was 5th of November. So I was eligible to apply for parental pay from 5th of September, which is like 2 months prior to your due date. You can apply for your parental pay when you are pregnant. I took parental pay 5 days before my due date. My due date was 5th of November. So I applied from 1st November until 4th of November as parental pay. And from 5th of November until 15th of November, I took vacation leaves since we didn't have resident permit for our baby girl. And then on 15th of November, we applied for the resident permit. Once we had the application for resident permit for the child, we were eligible to apply for the parental allowance. In the second scenario, when you have a child, your child needs to have resident permit. As I said earlier, if you are not a Swedish citizen or if you are from non-EU country, in that case, you have to first apply for the child's resident permit. And once you do that application, you will be eligible to apply for the parental pay. You have to apply for the resident permit. The child doesn't need to have the resident permit in hand. The application itself is good enough to apply for the parental pay. The application needs to be submitted. Once you submit the application, you can apply for the parental pay. I am emphasizing this fact so that I am not confusing you all. The child doesn't need to have the actual resident permit. Just the application to have the resident permit need to be submitted. Once that application is submitted, you are eligible to apply for the parental pay. You can log in on your Försäkringskassan with your bank ID and you have to fill in a lot of details. Försäkringskassan will verify your details and based on your detail, based on your income, your parental allowance will be decided. If you are employed, many employer also gives you enhanced parental pay or also called as parental allowance. You should check your contract or you can also reach out to your employer, to the HR and ask, is there any enhanced parental pay or is there any rule to get a parental pay or parental allowance from the employer. There are many big employer in Sweden gives the enhanced parental pay to the employees. You should and you must ask to your employer as well. And finally, we have come to an end. I hope the information that I have shared is helpful and maybe now you understand a little more about the parental leave. If in case you have any doubt, you can reach out to me in comment section or you can also write me in my Instagram page. You can also reach out to the Försäkringskassan. I would say this is the first government agency in Sweden where you do not have to wait in long queues. Whatever doubts you have, they will explain you in very detail. So you can reach out to them as well. With that, we have come to an end. I hope the information that I have shared is helpful and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this video and also to my channel. I will come back again on this channel with a new video on a new day. Till then, please